Did you want a book haul? Did you want a wrap up? Did you want an unhaul? You have come to the right place. This video is yet another slightly incoherent at best and very incoherent at worst video. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. Good to see you again. I didn't get to read too much during the month of May, so I kind of procrastinated making a wrap-up video. But then it really grated on me to not have one, because it would be the first one that I've ever missed. So I was like, you know what? I'll do it. And then I also only had 2 books for a haul, so that seemed a bit of a waste of a video. And then I only had 1 book that I wanted to unhaul. But if you may have noticed, my fans are gone. I've been cleaning my room. So I decided to go through my bookshelves and I found a few more books to unhaul. So this video is a mix of all those things. I'm going to start with the wrap-up section because it's pretty small. And the first book was actually the only month that I read last month that I really enjoyed. The only book I read last month that I really enjoyed. And that is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. This is a fantasy book and it's kind of hard to explain. There's 2 dual perspectives. One is a young scholar who's obsessed with this city called Weep that isn't really called Weep, it just had its name stolen, and he is obsessed with the mystery and what has happened to the city that kind of disappeared off the face of the earth. The other perspective is of a young goddess or a demigod, and she is trapped up in this citadel with other demigods and she can't get out, and everyone down in the city below wants her dead and the other demigods dead. I don't think that was spoilers, but I really wish when I was going into this I knew what I was going into, because I was waiting for something to happen for quite a while. It starts a little slowly, so if you were like me, that blurb description was for you. This book is slower paced and it starts off a little bit slowly, but once it gets going, it is classic Laini Taylor with beautiful writing, gorgeous imagery, the characters that you instantly really like, and I just really enjoyed this book. It did take me a solid 3 weeks to read it. It's pretty big, but that wasn't actually the reason. I just wasn't really in the mood for reading too much. So I read this book and it was gorgeous and I loved it, and I can't believe Muse of Nightmares isn't out till later this year. I don't hold it in my heart in that same place that Daughter of Smoke and Bone is in, but it's still a really, really great, beautiful book. The next book I read, unfortunately, I did not enjoy as much, and that is Doll Bones by Holly Black. This is a not young adult, it's younger than that. They call it middle grade, but like a children's book, you know what I mean? And it is misleading in the back. The back is like, oh, it's this evil cursed doll, and it's like, let's play a game or something like that. You know, you're expecting something when you read a line like that. You expect it to be like a possessed doll, and that wasn't really the case. What this story is about is a group of children who find a doll made of bone china, and the bones from which the doll is made is holding like the spirit of what the bones are made from. And the back was just so misleading. This book I thought was a little underwhelming. It wasn't creepy at all, not unless you like really get creeped out easily. It was disappointing. These children go on a quest to return the doll bones to where they are supposed to be, and that's it. That is this book. The last book that I finished in May was Beyond a Darkened Shore, or maybe I finished it at the start of June. And this is by Jessica Leake. This book I got in a fairy loot box, and I was so excited because it's set in ancient Ireland, and I live in Ireland, you know, modern Ireland, so I was really excited about this. And while I wanted to love it for its setting, I wanted to love it, I wanted to be invested, I found the story to be a little bit all over the place. Plot-wise, the characters are pretty good. It is about this young princess called Kira who has the ability to take control of people's minds. So her father, the king, uses her on the battlefield to kind of help out, you know, turn the enemy against each other, that kind of thing. So one day Northmen Vikings come and attack her kingdom, and it spins off from there. And it is about this princess and these Northmen kind of learning to work together against a greater enemy. It follows Celtic mythology and also Norse mythology. And honestly, another book I just found a little underwhelming. I didn't love it, I didn't hate it, I just kind of felt indifferent. Now on to the book haul, which is a tiny little segment in this video. Only 2 books. The first book is Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Khan. I bought this book because I saw the trailer for the movie and it looks really good and it looks really funny and it looks really lighthearted and fun, and I wanted to read it. This is a modern retelling of Pride and Prejudice? I think I saw someone say that, so I'm not sure if it's true, but it is about this girl called Rachel and her boyfriend, and they decide to go and visit his family. I'm not too sure where it is set, but when they go to her boyfriend's house, he is actually, you know, a millionaire, and it's just the funny kind of situations that she finds herself in there, and it just looks really funny, and the trailer will explain it better than I just did, so if you're curious, go look that up. The second book that I got, and the last book for this haul, is The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. Now, this has been getting mixed reviews. People don't always like it. People have been saying it's underwhelming, but I think it sounds really interesting. It is about this girl whose grandmother used to tell her stories, and then her grandmother dies or goes missing, and all that's left is this clue that says don't go into the Hazelwood, and of course I think something comes and like draws her to the Hazelwood, which is where all these fairy tale type things happen, and it sounds really good. I keep going to it in the bookshop, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna buy it, form my own opinions on it. If I'm underwhelmed, I'm underwhelmed, whatever. For the last cheery, happy part of this video, we're doing the unhaul, and it's a relatively small unhaul. I don't like unhauling books, and I only ever unhaul books that I've read and just haven't liked too much. So that's what I'm doing now. We're gonna start with a book that I just talked about and actually wasn't planning on including in this unhaul, but as I talked about it, I just realized I don't really want to keep it, and that is Doll Bones by Holly Black. Unfortunately, this is a book I got pretty recently, and I just didn't like it. The next book is a book that I should have probably included in the wrap-up part of this video, but I forgot to, so I'm going to talk about it now, and that is Beauty Queens by Libba Bray. I haven't quite finished it yet. There's only 50 pages left, so I'm nearly there, but this is a satire about beauty queens on their way to a pageant, and the plane crashes on this deserted island and how they survive. It's just not my kind of humor. I mean, I really liked certain aspects of this book. I thought the setting was really cool, and I liked the diversity of the characters. I get the points that Libba Bray was making, but I just found that the way she used satire just grated on me. I just didn't enjoy it. Honestly, I'm just disappointed with this book. I wanted to love it so much, and I don't. The next book is As You Wish by Jackson Pierce. This is a book I got years ago when I started BookTube, or maybe even before, because I had read other books by Jackson Pierce and really enjoyed them. And this book is about a girl who finds like a genie lamp, and there's a genie inside, and she gets 3 wishes. But it was predictable and a little boring, and I don't know why I've kept it for so long. The next 4 books are part of a series, and it might be, maybe you'll think it's controversial. I don't really know. I didn't really enjoy this series, and that is Uglies by Scott Westerfeld. This is a book series I bought all in one go when I started BookTube, thinking that they were just ones I would like. It is a dystopian story about this world where you turn pretty when you reach a certain age. I think it's 13 or 14, maybe it's 16. And essentially you go and you get all this cosmetic surgery and suddenly you're a pretty. And it's one of those books that makes you think about how beauty is perceived in our society, but also it was boring, and I didn't enjoy it. It was one of those books that, you know, when you read a book and you don't feel good when you read it, it was one of those books. For me, I just didn't think it was doing what it set out to do, and for that reason I didn't enjoy it. But the reason that I'm unhauling all of the books is because the next 3 books in that series all followed the exact same plot. You got Uglies, and like by itself maybe it wouldn't have been that bad, but when you got the same story 4 times, I just thought that the whole series as a whole was boring and repetitive, and it's another one of those series that I don't know why I kept it. That is this video. That is all of my thoughts. It's been quite a bit of an emotional dip in reading this month. The only book that I've read and enjoyed has been Strange the Dreamer, and the other books have all been underwhelming. Yeah. Anywho, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching and for, you know, clicking on this video. I appreciate that. That's all I have for this video today. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.